Love to travel, but hate the stress of planning and logistics? I'm here to help you navigate your adventures with smart tips and critical insights so you can travel stress free, informed, and prepared. Hello, and welcome to my channel, Travel Guide by Jasmine. My name is Jasmine, the course creator of all things travel, and in today's course, we will discuss travel buddy nightmares, who not to travel with. The first person we don't want to travel with is a picky eater. This person will only eat at establishments they are familiar with. They will not go out of their comfort zone to try something new. They shoot down any offers to eat at a restaurant, but not come up with an alternative, and has an annoying explanation of why they don't want to eat at a restaurant. This next person is the cheapskate, and I know this person very well. This person does the most to spend the least. They want a vacation on a staycation budget, and they prefer the significant other Social Security lifestyle. This person is used to always paying 50-50 for everything. And the more in the group, the less they can pay for whatever restaurant they go to or whatever function or event. Avoid the cheapskate by all costs, by any means necessary. This next person is the a-hole. The a-hole lacks flexibility. They want everything done their way. This person is selfish and believes only their needs matter. They have a negative attitude. They complain, disrespectful, and they make rude comments and have rude behavior. They are entitled and believes others exist to serve their needs. Avoid the a-hole. This next person is a ball and chain. They don't want you out of their sight. They insist you join the activity when you don't want to. They are scared to go anywhere alone. They get upset if you want to do anything without them. They get weird or irritated if you try to make friends with locals or other travelers. And they prefer to keep the trip isolated between just the two of you. This person can be afraid to go down the street, to get a cup of coffee on their own. I dealt with this person before. Let's say you want to go to the breakfast downstairs, and let's say they're still getting ready. And they'll say, no, wait for me, and I'll go with you. Or you want to go down the street and get something to eat, a quick bite to eat. No, wait for me. No, I'll come with you. I'll come with you. It's just the ball and chain is the person you want to avoid. You have no breathing room with this person. This person wants to have you in their sight at all times. Avoid the ball and chain. The slowpoke. This person takes forever to get ready. They miss the tour or event because they can't speed things up. They have no sense of urgency, even when time is running out. They stroll along like they're leisurely on a leisure walk, and then when you're trying to catch a train or cover a lot of ground, they take forever to make decisions about where to eat, what to do, and where to go next. And you end up waiting for them at every landmark, restaurant, or stop. Avoid the slowpoke. The dictator. Now, as you can see the picture here, this is a picture of a pawn on a chessboard, and this pawn is wearing a crown. Now, the dictator freaks out if anything deviates from their carefully crafted schedule, and this person refuses to compromise. They will shoot down any ideas and insist on sticking to their plans. This person also controls the thermostat in the hotel room. They control the whole hotel room, and you're in it with them. They only want to do things that they enjoy, regardless of what you wanted to do, and make you feel selfish for wanting to do something different. Avoid the dictator. The next person is the waverer. This person avoids making decisions until the last possible moment and then makes a logistical mess. They get overwhelmed by having too many options and end up doing nothing. They turn quick and fun adventures into exhausting decision-making marathons. When you make decisions for them, they often second guess or complain about the choice later. And whenever you ask what they want to eat, see, or do, the answer is almost always, I don't know, what do you want to do? Avoid the waverer. And also stick around for the story time at the end. I'm going to let you know about why I travel solo. And last but not least, commit this to memory. Words of wisdom. Do not crucify yourself for the comfort of others. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And stick around for story time at the end on why I travel solo. Thank you for sticking around to listen to story time. So, I have three stories on why I prefer solo travel over group travel. And the first story is I was dating this guy, this was many years ago, and we drove to Stone Mountain, Georgia. He wanted to visit his cousin as well as kind of look around Stone Mountain in Atlanta. So the first day was fine. We visited his cousin and his cousin's wife. Had a great time. Day two, we went to Stone Mountain, Georgia. It was during summertime or spring. It was hot outside. And that day, after visiting the mountain, we went back to the hotel, took a nap, woke up, probably around maybe 1 or 2 p.m. And he decided he wanted to visit his cousin again. So he left the hotel. Now, mind you, he had the car. I didn't have a car with me. We drove together. And probably I took a nap once more, woke up relaxed, and probably around maybe 6 o'clock, I called him. I couldn't reach him. He didn't answer. So I waited a while, called him again, still couldn't reach him. So I called him many times, and he didn't arrive back to the hotel until 3 a.m. I was very, very angry. And I asked him, well, why weren't you answering your phone? And he said his phone was in the car. Next question, I asked him, why did you think it was okay to leave me in a hotel by myself? And he said he thought I'd be okay with the dog. Now, I brought my dog with me, and he thought I'd be okay with the dog. So needless to say, we actually left that same day, drove back home. That's an ex-boyfriend. The second vacation was with an ex-boyfriend. Well, we were friends then. This is a different ex-boyfriend. And we also live in different states and different time zones. So he wanted to visit his brother in Las Vegas. Now, I've never been to Vegas. He's been there before, but never visited the Strip area. So I said, okay, let's go. So I flew to Vegas. He flew to Vegas. The first day was fine. I think we did the couple of tours on the first day. Second day was fine. And that night we went to see the Chris Angel magic show. And the show was great. They actually upgraded our seats. We were in there early, and they offered us to sit up front, the front row, which was nice. Very nice upgrade. And then at the end of the show, there's a little souvenir shop. And we looked around the souvenir shop. He offered to buy me a souvenir. I didn't see anything I wanted or needed, so I said, no, I don't want anything. And I noticed that on our way back to the hotel from the souvenir shop, he was pretty quiet. I just thought maybe he was tired. The next day, he was kind of short-tempered, quiet, just bad mood, bad vibe. So I offered to pay for the rest of the meals, the rest of the trip. So of course, I'm being guilt-tripped because he feels bad, or whatever emotion or logic he is feeling, or whatever logic he is experiencing, that I didn't want a souvenir, that now he must punish me. Okay, so this is a vacation I had to endure. And I think the third or fourth day, we visited with his brother, and we had brunch with the brother. And even during the brunch, he was just still bad mood. You can basically cut the tension with a knife. So fast forward to the end of the trip. Thank you, God, I am leaving this man. And he wasn't feeling good that day. He wanted me to sit with him at his gate until my plane arrived, because my plane came before his, but we were in the same terminal, just different gates. So as a nice person, which I don't suggest anybody be nice, I sat with him in his gate, and thank God my plane arrived on time. Left them, turned my phone off. Now I was his friend for a little while after that, but after that, just thinking how bad his attitude is, I just stopped being his friend. Well, anyway, the third story, I was invited by my work friend to her family reunion. And so I drove 4 hours to Miami. First day was great. I think it was a gathering at her aunt's house, and it was a nice gathering. The second day was great. And that night, her and the cousins wanted to go club hopping, go to a club. So that night we actually drove around. I didn't drive, I was riding. We were riding around for about 3 hours looking for a club. We finally found one that everyone agreed to because it was two different cars and cousins in both cars. So we found a club we had all agreed to, and the club would not let one cousin in because he was wearing shorts. So we turned around, said we'll find something different. And then the cousin that was wearing shorts, him and his wife or girlfriend, they decide, okay, we're gonna go back to the hotel room. We're tired. Now, mind you, the riding around was 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours, and I was tired too. So I said, I'll go with you guys back to the hotel because we all are staying in the same hotel, just different rooms. So I went back to the room, relaxed, went to bed. I heard her come in, and I woke up, looked, I saw it was her. Back to bed, back to sleep. I was fine, and then I woke up again because I heard the door close, and I kind of laid there trying to go back to sleep. I couldn't fall back asleep. So I got up, looked around, and all her things were gone. So I said to myself, "Well, what happened?" And just try to shrug it off and go to sleep. I couldn't sleep. So about an hour for like hour just laying there in the bed thinking I can't fall asleep, and I was also feeling hurt. I just got my stuff together and left. And I didn't call her or text her or anything because it was the middle of the night. It was still dark outside, and I wasn't sure if she was sleeping or what was going on. And I also was hurt, so I didn't call or text or anything. So I drove 4 hours back home, and that 4 hour drive was me thinking about what happened, replaying what happened in my mind, as well as thinking, okay, no one knows I'm leaving. So hopefully nothing happens on the road back home. And then I made it back home, and the sun was actually rising by the time I made it back home. So I just passed by PetSmart, got my two dogs, went home, went to bed. I had enough thinking about it, that 4 hour drive, and sleeping on it to where it was no longer relevant to my life. So thank God I had two of the three trips I could exit, and one trip I could not exit. So I always suggest to make sure if you are going vacation with someone, have an exit plan, exit money, and exit strategy. Number two, like I said in my course, do not crucify yourself for the comfort of others. The person you are traveling with, you're not the caregiver. This person has no mental delay or any kind of mental issues to where they can't function on their own. It's okay for you to leave. You can say you're leaving or not leave. I don't say it, but it's okay for you to leave. So that is my reasoning behind why I prefer to travel solo over groups. Now I do travel with my family. I've had no issues with traveling with my dad, traveling with my sister, her husband, and his side of his family. I've traveled with my dad, my aunt, my uncle, and then her side of her family. But when I travel with maybe a friend or a significant other, it just hasn't. Uh, those three instances just haven't worked out for my favor. So I just prefer to travel solo. So anyway, that's the end of my little story time. I hope you did enjoy the channel and the story time and the course. And if you did, please like and subscribe. And also don't forget to add your comments below.